how do I track cooking oil? Well, guys, there are only two ways that you can track cooking oil, just like there's two ways to track all the food that you eat. You can either do it in weight or you can do it in volume. Weight would be grams, ounces, and pounds, whereas volume would be teaspoons, tablespoons, and cups. I suggest that you do it in weight. Your macros are given to you in grams. You have maybe, 50, 60, 70 grams of fat. You have 100, 200, 300 grams of carbs, maybe 150, 200 grams of protein, for whatever example. Those are all in grams. So doesn't it make sense that when you weigh your food, that your food should be weighed in grams, not in ounces, not in pounds, but in grams, and that it shouldn't be measured in teaspoons or tablespoons or cups? We give you your macros in grams, weigh your food in grams. Simple as that. Now with oil, there's 9 calories per gram. It doesn't matter if it's olive oil, it doesn't matter if it is coconut oil or avocado, it doesn't matter if it's motor oil, and it doesn't matter how healthy or unhealthy it is. Fat, which oil is, has 9 calories per gram. So when you go to weigh it, let's say you're going to cook up some eggs in your pan, and you can either do it a teaspoon or a tablespoon, which is not going to be as accurate. I, again, suggest you do it in grams, but you could take your scale, put a cup on top of the scale, and then hit the 0 button. Zero it out. It's T-A-R-E. That's what most scales say, and that will zero out your scale. Then you can pour your oil into it, and you get maybe 10 grams, which is 90 calories, because every gram of fat has 9 calories. So we do 10 grams of cooking oil, and then we can put that in our pan and make sure that there's no cooking oil in that cup, because we want to be thorough. And then that's it. Now you cook up your eggs, and let's say you put the eggs on the plate, but there's a little bit of oil left in the pan. A lot of people get confused on this, and they wonder, should I track that oil? Should I account for that or subtract it from the 10 that I measured on the scale? What I say is, don't overcomplicate it. You put 10 grams of cooking oil in your log and just be done with it. Yeah, you could take the pan and you could dump it back into your cup on the scale. Maybe it's half a gram or 2 grams, I don't know, and subtract. You could do that. If you want to be super thorough and super detailed and over the top, you can do that. I suggest you don't. Whatever you weigh, log. And if you pick up 2 extra grams of fat in there, well, that's fine, because at some point in the day, maybe the previous day, or maybe later that night, or maybe earlier that morning, or for lunch, maybe you were not as accurate and you were over the top by a couple of grams. It buys us some wiggle room. So I just say, whatever you weigh, log. It's as simple as that, guys. Doesn't need to be any more complicated. Hope that makes sense.